Hey everyone, welcome back to the back nine of the Smokin Aces Tour Championship Nick Rutter Memorial presented by Dynamic Discs. We had some interesting plays on the front nine.
Yes.
Lots of bonus trees.
Lots of bonus
I
trees.
have a feeling we'll see more.
Some very normal Zack putts.
Yeah, that's
just typical.
That's right. On the mic today, we've got Robert McCall along with Anthony Vanden Heuvel. Let's hop into the action.
Let's do it. So moving into hole 10, we do have Derek Green now taking over the solo lead at 6 under par. Zachariah Johnson, the putt magician himself, at 4 under par. Andrew at 2 under par, and then Bryan Johnson sitting in 4th place at 1 over. A little bit of the struggle bus for Bryan and Andrew.
Sure.
But hole 10 is it's kind of like a turnover into a gap shot. So Bryan with his sidearm game should be looking to attack this one for sure. Andrew is no stranger to turnover shots and things like that. So he should be looking to attack this one as well. It's a 320-foot par 3, and you can see the baskets right there. Really just throw something a little turned over through the trees, and then let it finish out straight. A little bit left is fine. Really anything that doesn't finish right behind those trees to the right of the basket is a little bit of a hill into a pond. So anything super far right is danger. Zack throwing, I believe that's like an enforcer or something like that on the sidearm. And that's good. That's probably 35, 40 feet.
Right. It looks like the forehand has the potential to get you that, circle's edge putt. The backhand is going to penetrate a little bit straighter to get you all the way down there, but you have these little trees on the left side to contend with. And so it's really if you're trying to play safe and, give yourself a look at a birdie or get risky and kind of push those left side trees to turn it at the angle that it needs to get there.
And those left side trees can get nasty. It does drop off a little bit, and it just gets thicker and thicker and thicker.
Yeah, that's no good.
So Bryan went sidearm and just didn't quite make it through the gap. It sat down, though. Andrew taking the backhand a little bit left.
Just a little too much hyzer on that.
Yeah.
And that while that mid-range is understable, it's not that understable,
So that was the basket you could see, and this is where Bryan's disc landed. He kicked pretty far down into those trees and is just looking at green, just a wall of green.
Nice. Oh, wow. What a great shot.
Out and wide.
Get going. Yeah, from there, it doesn't look like you could bite off much more.
No. That's pretty much ideal from there. Andrew, not in ideal spots. Throws a great shot.
But making plays.
Throws a great shot from there.
Yeah, he throws that harp really well. That looks like it's maybe circle's edge or a bit outside, 40 feet or so.
Yep. Bryan, I believe that's also a harp, actually.
Okay.
Maybe a little too overstable for that shot, but he does have a putt there.
Yeah, he's got that hill to catch him, so that's not a bad idea.
And Zack was standing on this one for a hot minute. He's like, I want to run this so bad. There's just, you can see, at this point it's probably 20 to 30 mile an hour winds.
Yep.
I heard people saying gusts were up to 40, and he just said, you know what?
Yep.
I have to lay this up. That was when he turned around and he said, that just hurts.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It just hurts. Because normal conditions, you're never laying that putt up. Derek has to run that one to try and save par. Cannot, unfortunately.
Oh, and a little extra roll. It ultimately settled fine, but those are just really frustrating.
Yeah.
Earlier you called Zachariah the putt magician, and
yes, I did.
That's now my new life goal is for somebody to call me the putt magician.
All you have to do is throw a left-handed putt and probably 4 upside-down putts.
A few upside-down putts, some sidearm putts.
Yes.
Okay. I'll wait for our next coverage.
It's pretty easy.
I'll wait for our next coverage and definitely not do it the first round because I wouldn't be on the coverage if I did it the first round.
Oh, gosh. So Bryan tapping in his 4 there. Derek also with the 4. Looks like Andrew pretty much has a tap in 4, and then Zack with the actual tap in. Par. And
that's a good play. This whole, I'm sure these guys, they're tired of getting bogeys, so they're like, look, I want to get just some birdies anytime because the woods are so tight around here.
Yes.
And that just may not be the hole to attack, or even they may not have even been attacking it. It's just a really tight tee shot.
Yeah, it is. Birdies come at a premium out here. They are not, you're not going to come out of here shooting 12, 13s, 14s. That's just not realistic.
Especially not in the wind like this.
Definitely not in the wind. Moving into hole 11, 363-foot par 3. You can see the short tee pad there. You want to kind of throw something that's going to turn over the short tee pad, and then it's just a straight shot from there. So something kind of stable to maybe a touch overstable that you can get some turn out of early. That's going to flatten out and fly straight for the second, probably 2/3 of the hole.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an interesting technical shot for sure.
Yes, from the short tee pad, it's a straight putter shot. But from
Okay.
here, you can see Zack is going. That's that same Maverick again,
Right.
and it looks like he's trying to go with like a backhand cut roll to the right.
Okay.
Had a good line, but just kicked that tree, pushed it a little bit left. He's going to be looking to get up and down for his par there, but that is no easy task.
No, not at all.
Derek taking something more understable.
Yeah,
for
hyzer flip.
The air shot. That had a great line. If it pushed a little bit farther forward, if it could have got through that tunnel there, would have been great. Derek's got to be, or Bryan, excuse me, I get those two confused the whole round. I did it.
Sorry, bro.
He's got to be licking his chops there. That is a great sidearm shot. On a perfect shot like that, he's got to look, but probably about an 80-footer, I would guess.
Right. So this is another par 3, but really difficult to reach on a day like today,
Yes.
especially with the wind. And in dead wind, this looks difficult to reach.
Without a doubt. This is one where if you get a 3 on it every time, you're going to be pretty stoked.
Yeah. So now this is a subtle turnover through the gap.
Yep. You can see the
For
basket there. He's got a straight line to put it to about 5 to 10 feet. Yeah. Just give it a little turn.
Oh, yeah. Just hit it.
Yeah.
It looks like maybe he was going to aim a little to the right of the tree that he just missed to the left. But like I said, once you're in the woods, any shot that ends up close to the basket, you're like, thank you.
Yeah.
I don't care how it got there. Oh, it looked awful and I still got there? Thanks. I'll take it.
What was the end of that sentence? It got there.
Yeah, thank you.
So Andrew looks like he's throwing that harp again. He's got a nice little hyzer approach there.
Yeah, that's a great shot.
Yep.
15 past, looking good.
So Zack kicked way left and has some sort of line. Kind of that's really a spot where I don't think anyone would look at this hole and be like, yeah, I'm going to be there ever.
This seems like a good spot to be. Zack doesn't care.
No. Just like Derek in the front 9.
Yep.
Zack has never been afraid.
No, ever. That's a nice upshot with his Cenas there. There's a good putt.
Elevator down for Bryan.
Yeah, we'll take that. These wooded courses sometimes can seem like feel like a beat down. And so any of those that, okay, maybe it shouldn't have stuck, maybe it should have, I don't care. If it's in the basket, I'm like, thank you.
Yep.
And if someone's like, oh, we got lucky, I don't care. It's in the basket.
It's in the basket.
Write the score down, dude.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I threw it. It went in.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. So it looks like if Zack can convert this, we will have a star par asterisk.
Yeah.
Possibly could be
Star par
birdie.
/ quarter birdie. Yeah, that's a tough one. So our scores are going to stay the same. We've still got Derek atop the leaderboard, but Zack making a little bit of a charge, only one back of the lead. And he's got 3 over Andrew Presnell, and Presnell's got 3 over Bryan Johnson.
Yeah. So moving into hole 12 now,
Look at this thing.
470 feet. This is a beautiful hole.
Yeah.
We're going to be seeing hyzers either through that tree or around the tree, clearing the water, and then there's that opening in the trees that you can see. The basket is probably tucked 40 or so feet back into that gap. You can see here now coming through the clearing, not clearing, we'll say an opening, because it is anything but clear.
Sure.
Into the basket right there. Again, 470-foot par 4. It is a little bit downhill, so it's going to play a little shorter than that, probably in the 430 to 440 range. Zack is taking the Lucid X Enforcer.
Jamming on it.
He said he threw this as hard as he could because he knew no matter what, it's going to finish left. So even if he misses right, he's not going to be in the water. He's going to be dry somewhere.
Yeah, that's a great shot.
Really the goal. And Derek doing the same thing, getting a little bit more turn, a little straighter flight out of his.
But that's beautiful.
Took down an entire branch.
Yeah. He sharpened the disc right before, just to ensure it could get through.
Yes.
This is a daunting tee shot. Like, it's a scary visual.
For sure. It definitely favors the backhand line, so I am anything but envious of Bryan right now having to throw a sidearm off of this tee pad.
Right.
Gets kind of kicked down there. Not great, but he's safe. He's dry.
Sure.
Which I think is kind of his goal on the tee here.
Presnell's looks really nice here, just needing to carry forward and push a little left.
That's perfect.
Yeah, great shot.
That is absolutely perfect. He probably took out a little aggression on that one.
Yeah.
Get some of that anger out there and just put it super close.
So the average player comes out to this course, right, and they step up to this tee shot. Are they trying to play to the left, kind of like Bryan did right there, or you think everyone kind of has to go over the water?
I would guess they're going to go over the water, but with something like a felon or something, just get safe left.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Bryan's does end up safe there by the water, like you said. Not a forehand friendly hole.
No.
It's 2018, man. Can we just be more accepting of all types of shots?
I know you have one supporter.
Yeah.
Brian Johnson.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, jam!
Zack!
Let's go.
He is super stoked on that one.
That is beautiful.
The delayed run.
Big time putt. That's a huge two.
That's a really big two. Eagle two.
Dang, I love it.
This one, we just got off of a par 3, could have been a par 4.
Yeah, this is like
This is a par 4.
let's call it a 3.5.
Could be a par 3.
Right.
Yeah, so it balances out.
Yeah,
It all
for
works
these
out.
some of these top guys, 470 is well within their range, and so reaching this and getting a look,
Yeah.
very attainable.
Yep. Oh, Andrew. Just a little bit off.
It looks like the putter's coming out of his hand just a little bit early, and
There
it
we
just and once it's coming out, he puts a lot of spin on his putt.
Oh, yeah.
So it kind of like it wants to move left. Once it's headed left, it's gonna just continue that.
I'm sure he's not upset at the birdie, but with that drive, he was definitely looking to follow in Zack's steps.
Yeah,
get
he's looking for the
eagle there.
deuce.
Yeah. So Zack, with that eagle, is now going to tie Derek for the lead at 6 under par. They have 4 strokes over Andrew, and he has 4 over Bryan at 2 up, unfortunately. Moving into hole 13, 251 feet.
Hey, that seems like a reasonable distance.
Reasonable distance, but the shot shape is like a candy cane.
Nice.
You want to throw something super straight, and then where this big dark tree in the middle is, it hooks left, and then it hooks more left, and then there's the basket.
Oh,
So it's kind of like you want to throw something that's super straight and then going to finish super hard and get a big, almost backwards skip.
right.
Or you can be like Zack and go with the forehand roller.
Dude, he crazy. Look at this.
Would you look at it?
Would you just look at it on the pole?
On the lock.
Are you joking?
On the lock. We had no idea.
Wow.
From where we were, we thought like, all right.
Hey, good shot, man.
job, Zack.
It didn't hit any trees. Cool.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, Zack Johnson, friend of the trees. It says that on his PDGA page. I don't know if you checked it recently.
So Derek taking what I would assume is the more traditional line, just getting it sawed off early, which is traditional line, probably a traditional result.
Yeah. It kind of looks like the shot shape has to carry straighter than you think before it hooks hard left.
Yes.
So instead of letting it go on a lot of hyzer, it looks like you almost want to let something very, very overstable go close to flat and then just let it work left on its own.
That was what, in practice, that was what I tried. I took a Lucid X Enforcer, or excuse me, Lucid X Felon,
Right.
and threw it just a hair turned over, came out of my hand clean. I thought it was a great line, skipped and hit a tree.
Yeah.
And I had like a 40-footer.
Okay.
So it's definitely there for the skip shot, but it is not a gimme.
Sure. And if you let that go on hyzer, then you're effectively tightening the gap all the way down.
Yeah.
Look at that run.
Oh.
That's a great angle out of his hand. Another good one to just leave close to the basket.
Yep. Derek, not sure if that was an intentional layup or just a little bit of a miss right there.
Oh, so dude.
So, dude.
Nice camera work back there. I see you.
Did you like that?
Yeah, you did it. I saw we used Bobby's shot, so yours was probably pretty bad, but
Yeah.
that's okay.
Definitely. Typical.
So we're going to have a few drop-in pars here, and then we're going to have one super drop-in birdie.
Isn't that crazy? Zack doesn't even get to throw his second shot until everyone else is done with the hole.
Right.
And he doesn't even get to throw it. All he has to do is let go.
Yeah, he wanted to feel a part of things, so he marked his before Andrew,
Yeah.
just to, like,
Hey,
you know.
guys, don't forget about me.
I want to play too, guys. So that puts him in the lead.
Yeah.
Big time.
In 2 holes, he's gained 3 strokes on Derek, taking the lead now at 7 under par. Derek 1 back of that at 6, and then Andrew still 4 back of that at 2 under par. Moving into hole 14, it is a 667-foot par 4, so you're going to want distance on this. It does go up this hill, and then the hill will crest, come back down the hill, and it doesn't look like there's a basket, but I promise there is. It's just tucked into those trees, probably another 120 feet.
Okay.
You can see kind of that dark spot where it looks like there's a short tee pad, or excuse me, a short basket there. We're going to be tucked in there to the right, probably, like I said, another 100
Okay.
or so feet. So you're going to want to throw a big drive, probably a sidearm approach, maybe a turnover little putter, depending on how much distance you get off the tee.
Is it possible to crest that hill on the drive?
Yes.
Okay.
Very much so. Zach will show you how to do that.
Okay, sweet.
That's that fusion enforcer.
Yeah, and that's just jammed on a really good angle.
Yeah. And we, because of the hill, could not tell that the chase card was there.
Whoa.
Zach almost hit
That was so close to them. Oh,
Yes.
he crushed it.
Yes. So we had, you can see the gallery off to the right there was like, hey, you guys might want to hold up a minute.
That's always the worst when you hear that. Not clear. Oh,
Sorry.
sorry.
Derek, it was funny. Derek was like, I don't know what they're worried about. I'm not going to hit them.
Yeah.
I can't get that far.
One of the things that Zack did well right there that Derek would want to change if he had another shot at it was, since this is a bit of an uphill shot, Derek's came out with a little bit of nose up, so he didn't quite get all the distance that he wanted. Zack's, you could tell, was nice and level, so from his perspective, had to throw nose down.
Yes. Speaking of down, got smashed down by the wind. Still gets some skips.
Yeah, but I mean, that's
Still
looking
got
at
the
the gap,
distance.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a sweet shot.
His is going to be a little bit tighter
Sure.
than Zach's because it was a little bit more right. Bryan with the sidearm.
That's crunched. What's the
And the craziest wind bounce I've ever seen. I
yeah?
think.
What's the wind from their perspective right now?
From the tee pad, you can't really feel much, but where Bryan is now, there's probably like a 20-mile-an-hour left to right.
Okay, yeah, you could see once that wing got over and he got over the top of the hill, it just totally got
Absolutely
turned up and
smashed.
down. Yeah.
Yeah. And this one is stalling out a little bit early.
That
coming
looks
in
like
just
trouble.
Short of the gap. Yeah, it's tough. If you are short or long of this gap, it is not pretty. It's very difficult. Derek going a little bit long, but because he's close enough, he's kind of right on the edge.
Sure.
He will have a look at it. Zack is almost straight on. He's throwing that Cenis a little bit turned over, but a relatively straight shot, all things considered, on this hole, which is crazy.
And there's plenty of bonus trees between you and the basket there, so navigating those is like hit the first gap and then just hope that you do something good after that.
Yeah. So Andrew, because he was a little bit tucked into the right, has to go with the sidearm and just can't catch a break.
Yeah, just, I mean, 6 inches a foot right, and that's
Yeah.
probably skipping up to a putt.
How many times have we said that?
Right.
6 inches to a foot, and Andrew is strokes different
Right.
now.
There's some times like that in the woods where you would rather be a foot or two off than a few inches off.
Yeah.
Because it'll find you a gap or two.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure there are things more frustrating, but there doesn't seem like anything more frustrating than being just that little bit off and just getting punished
In
every
the
single
moment.
time. Yep.
Yeah. So this is Zack for his his birdie putt.
Oh man, just right side.
side.
And that's another one that he had a tree on his right, so I'm sure he was thinking like, I'm probably not going to miss right. Just need
Yep.
to put it in the center and then just pushed it a bit.
Bryan converts on his par.
A bit of a missed opportunity for Zack to pick one up on the card, but still, I mean, this seems like a pretty difficult three. He threw two fantastic shots to get the look that he did.
Yep. He played the hole perfectly, just couldn't quite convert on the putt.
Right.
Does still get the par. Will still have the lead. Andrew, probably not nearly as...
Stoked on the par.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's going to be a little bit more frustrated than Zack, I'm sure. Because he knows, I mean, that's 14 holes down. He's got to start making a move.
Yeah, he's got work to do now.
Derek taking a deep breath there. So, moving into hole 15, we are going to have Zack in the lead at 7 under par, Derek at 6 under par in second place, 1 stroke back. 4 behind him is Andrew at 2 under par, and then 4 behind that is Bryan. Moving into hole 15, 610 feet, par 4. You can see it all the way up there on those rocks. It is an elevated basket, and this whole local player, Jake Hebenheimer on Team DD,
Right.
has famously birdied this one, or not, excuse me, he has two'd this hole twice.
What?
610 feet.
Uphill?
It's pretty flat,
Okay.
but 610 feet,
Yeah.
two'd it.
I've got plenty of 610-foot twos, you know what I'm saying?
Sure, if I just go like full power.
Yeah, yeah.
But he went full power putt.
Like the classic throw-in.
Yes.
Two. Yeah, pretty good.
So Zack is on the tee throwing that same Fusion Burst Enforcer. It's a little bit beat up, so it kind of has a little bit more turn than a typical Enforcer would. And he's really using that to his benefit here, just all out distance.
Yeah, that's cranked, man. Wow, that's big.
Yeah.
You said 610, and he's
610,
inside 150 for sure.
definitely. I would put him right around 120 feet. Derek getting a full flight, coming right for Bobby.
That's big time, yeah.
Yeah.
Another good shot.
A little bit short of Zack, but still, I mean, that's fine. Unless you have Jake power and you're birdieing or twoing 600-foot holes, you're very okay with throwing like a 450, 500-foot shot on this.
Yeah.
You're not complaining.
I'd be okay with that anytime.
Yeah. Even if it's not a 600-foot hole, just
Oh, 250?
Yeah.
Sorry, threw it at 500.
check this out.
You guys are welcome.
Bryan throwing, I believe that's his Ballista Pro again. Just not quite getting the wind read right. Getting it a little too turned over, and then the wind is just kind of pushing it down.
Yeah. That looks like a decent gallery behind him.
Yeah,
Nice.
really good. There was a lot of the players after their round came and watched, and then we had a decent gallery of like family and friends to start the round as well, so it just grew and grew.
Okay, so we were on tee times for this.
Yes, T
Cool.
times,
Awesome.
correct.
Awesome. Pretty good shot there for Bryan. Put him in putting range, although any elevated basket is difficult, and then add any wind into that and
Terrifying.
more difficult.
Yeah.
It's not a bad shot for Derek. It looks like, I mean, most of the time you'd think you'd want to be as close as possible, like snuggled up on the rocks, but sometimes that can obscure your angle so that now you're throwing straight up, and with the wind, it can push you out really easily.
Yeah. And this is another one of the par 4 second shot CTPs.
Okay.
So Zack threw it into the rocks and was like, CTP. He's all
Captured
happy.
it. So where's the wind to Andrew right now?
I would say it's coming off of his right shoulder, kind
Okay.
of, left to right from the camera.
Yeah, really easy for him to get lifted.
Yep. So he just said, nope, not messing with that.
No thanks, man.
Laying it up. Bryan.
Just right there.
And that's the danger because he now has almost the exact same putt with completely different wind, still probably right around 20, 25 feet. Elevated basket makes it that much farther.
That's a big putt.
That is a huge putt because that's where strokes really can add up. You can just
yeah.
get going back and forth and back and forth.
Here's an upside down from Derek.
Derek copying Zack.
Oh, just kidding.
Psych.
He wanted to be the putt magician as well for a minute, but it's okay. Me and you will work on that next year, Derek.
And now he's got probably the scariest putt.
Headwind plus sun face.
Yeah. Elevated basket. If that thing just gets any sort of chain pushed back,
Yeah.
it's gone.
Yeah, and a lot of times those roll when those hit those rocks. So. Yeah, that's a good putt. Good putt for Presnell. All right, here's the putt magician from a really bad angle. Oh, hey, just kidding. Dude, no. Oh, no. No.
Brutal.
No.
Brutal. And now he's
It stinks.
28, 30?
I wasn't there, so I didn't watch this No. I didn't watch this happen, so I didn't know that about the rocks, but you've seen that happen before on putts like
Yeah.
that, and that's so unlucky.
Just get that center chain kind of push.
Yeah.
Fights through the outer chains.
Brutal,
bounce off
man.
The cage, bounce off the rock, roll.
Yeah.
To,
So we're
yeah.
back knotted up at the top.
Yeah, really unfortunate there for Zack. He played that hole perfectly, just couldn't quite get that putt to stick in. So he's going to be tied with Derek at 6 under par, moving into hole 16, 467-foot par 4. This one starts off in an open area. There is a Mando, that tree on the right there. You have to Mando left of that.
Oh, nice.
And it's just like a long, super straight kind of touch turnover with a million bonus trees.
Yeah.
There
Gosh.
are plenty of trees to get through here. You can see the basket there in the middle of the screen. If there's no trees, it's a straight shot.
Yes.
But because there are so many trees, you're going to have to carve your line. You're going to have to throw kind of that touchy hyzer flip, get a little left to right action, and then finish back right to left. Does kind of slope down, but not enough that you're really worried about.
Okay. Yeah, your disc is going to have to do some stuff to get close to this basket.
Yeah, and we had probably a 20-minute delay
Oh,
on this
brutal.
one. So the players are, it was getting cold, the wind was picking up, so it was tough to stay warm out there.
Yeah, so coming off of those delays, like, were these guys feeling like good to go, or were they kind of anxious? What was going on?
They were all kind of, pretty much ready to go. Zack was extremely ready to go.
Right.
And get hole 15 as far away from his memory as possible.
Whoa.
Andrew was extremely ready to go.
Oh, my goodness.
That's
What a shot.
a beautiful shot.
That's that same mid-range he's been throwing. I
Yeah.
think it's a passport or something like that.
I
think
no
that's right.
idea. But whatever it is, it works for him.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Bryan kind of just stalling out. Kicks a tree. Not ideal, but that roll.
Little bonus roll. Bonus trees give bonus rolls.
So Zack taking the sidearm with, I believe it's a Lucidex Enforcer. Missed it
Ooh,
right.
there we go.
But came over on it enough that he still made the Mando. Lands just right behind Bryan, just without the bonus roll.
Yeah.
And from here, it's a forced sidearm. You
Right.
have to throw sidearm here. There's no backhand line that's going to get you anywhere close. You can see Derek there with a spiked sidearm.
So he's going up high with that. Wow. Okay.
Catches a tree. Not great, but he'll have probably about a 60 to 80 footer there.
From back over here, you're going to have to throw a pretty incredible shot to get the 3, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Sort of like that.
Wow. Yeah, that's clean. You can tell that Zach's thrown a lot of those little tight hyzers before because kept his elbow close, kept his arm down, and made sure that that angle was pure, and then just popped it so that it would penetrate on that pure hyzer all the way. Oh.
Bryan with the good kick, bad kick.
Mm-hmm.
So here's Derek. Distance-wise, he's not too far, but there's a few bonus trees and some large trees to deal with.
Yeah, that's a really tough spot. When you need to turn it out of your hand and it just comes out straight, yeah, it's no fun.
Bryan probably just laying that one. Oh,
Whoa.
gave it
a little bit of a
go.
run.
So this is Derek's unfortunate, not quite intentional upshot landed. Few bonus trees.
Ooh, yeah. That's a tough spot.
Yeah.
So having that, what is that, 15-ish, 18 feet for, I believe that's 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is where Andrew's drive landed.
That's huge. Man, and it's just so frustrating to throw it that pure and then be directly behind a pretty big tree.
Yeah. He was not super happy. I mean, that's the perfect drive. And if that's, like we've been saying all round, if that's a foot to the right, he's got a normal... Oh, dang it.
Splash out the right, yeah.
Speaking of a foot to the right.
You can tell the woods are taking a toll on a couple of these guys. And, I mean, that's happened to me, too. I think it's happened to every player. You just start having 1 or 2 unlucky breaks, and then all of a sudden it's like everything feels difficult.
Yeah.
You know, those little shorties that you're used to making now feel like, oh, man, this is a 30-foot tester putt, you know?
Yeah.
Big time up and down for Zack
with
there.
a huge 3.
That's the pickup, too.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. After he just lost 2 on the last hole with those putting issues, we'll call it.
Sure. I think maybe only 1, right? 4 and a 5?
Correct.
But still, that brought them back into a tie when he was in the lead.
Yep.
So now he's in the lead by 2.
Yes. He is 7 under par. Derek 2 back of him at 5. Andrew 2 back of that at 3. And then Bryan at struggling a little bit still. Can't quite get back on the horse. Sitting at 3 over par.
Mm-hmm. The wind is really taking a toll on Bryan today.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
That, and I think the only having sidearms with some very not sidearm friendly holes.
Yeah, tough.
Not quite the great combination. So here's hole 17. It says 572 par 4. I think
Are you calling shenanigans? Or?
Yeah, I think it plays a lot shorter than that. You can see there I missed a few putts, but I threw Maverick off the tee and it landed there.
Oh, wow.
And so, yeah, I think it's a little bit shorter. It's very downhill, which will help a little bit. And then the basket is on an old golf tee pad, so it's kind of elevated with a huge, huge, super steep drop behind it. So you definitely want to play this one.
That's a good angle.
That is a perfect angle from Andrew. You can see the basket there off to the right. Spotter going after it.
Is there OB there on the left side?
I believe so, but I believe it's far enough away that we get the thumbs up. He's safe.
Okay, cool.
Now Zack is taking his putting magics and bringing them to the tee pad.
Oh, there it is.
Tomahawk.
He crazy.
With the Lucidex Enforcer. Clearing those trees.
Yeah. That's just to be safe. That's to not worry about that gap at all. Because this looks like such a beautiful drive, but it's like you're throwing it into oblivion.
Yes.
So with no wind, you're like, I can control that angle. With the wind that they have today, it's almost a crapshoot once it gets out there.
You have no idea. And I did forget to mention that tree on the right there is a Mando left.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So Derek, luckily, he kicked off the tree and finished around the backside of it, so he did clear the Mando there.
Yeah, but still in trouble.
Yes.
Look at that. That's a nice flight. But then, yeah, just lifted and pushed way right.
Yeah.
Safe, though. Like
very safe.
But a precarious upshot.
Yes.
Downhill with green running away behind the
Yes.
basket. Yeah.
With him being that far right, the hill kind of does slope up that way.
Okay.
So he can actually see the basket from up there, which
Nice.
is really advantageous. But yeah, he does still have probably a good 200 to 250 or so left.
Right.
So there's Derek's upshot, leaving it a little bit short. Zack going tomahawk.
2 times tomahawk.
Because why not?
He said, I see your putting magic, and I raise you 2 throwing magic.
Check this out. Yeah, so here's Bryan. You can see way over there, because it is such a big drop off, he does go down to a knee. Throwing something overstable.
That's a clean shot.
That's super good.
Wow. Yeah, well played. Well judged. Maybe a little bit short, but not bad.
Yeah, but that's the safe play on this one. Honestly, just give yourself a putt.
Mm-hmm.
Derek to probably just outside the circle.
It's like the hits just keep on coming on this course. Like you're ready to not take any extra rolls. Like you're out of the trees. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, you get an unlucky roll.
Psych.
Yeah, really mentally daunting course, I would say.
Absolutely. So that's where Zack's second thumber landed. Just pitch it up. And that was Andrew's drive, by the way. I don't know if you noticed that. but
Yeah, mashed.
After everyone had thrown 2 shots.
Oh no.
Just over the top. And that's the danger. You can see his head is where the base of the pole is now.
Right.
And he's only probably circle's edge.
Yeah, and in the wind here, that's an extremely difficult putt.
Super scary.
He don't care.
Jam.
Never been scared.
Jam.
Check his PDGA page. So that's going to be for a 5, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Zack is laying under it for 4. He's going to pick up another.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Zack is sitting pretty at the moment. Bryan with that really nice upshot will collect his 3.
Yeah, that was well done.
And there is Zack and Andrew.
Couple of 3 drop. No, 3 for Andrew, 4 for Zack.
Yep. There's just some beauty shots.
Yeah, that place looks incredible.
It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Zack with the 3-stroke lead has to be feeling pretty gorgeous himself. Andrew and Derek tied at 4 under. And then Bryan with the 2 over is probably battling for a little bit farther off of the podium.
Just trying to keep it in the cash, make sure that you're finishing the best that you can.
Yep. Hole 18 is 301 feet and plays straight back up the hill that we just came down.
Okay.
Plays 301.
Says 301.
Sorry, yes.
Plays 5,000.
501. Yeah,
Right.
It is a smash. In practice, I took an enforcer and threw it as hard as I could and still came up probably 30 short.
Wow, okay. You got to really lean on it.
And there is a big cedar tree that kind of gives a little bit of a low ceiling to the right side, so you can't throw like huge hyzer. You kind of want to do that. Throw something straight that's going to finish.
So almost really good there.
Yeah.
Just catches the edge of that cedar that you were talking about. That's going to keep him outside the circle.
Yeah.
Bryan taking the big flex line on the right side.
This is another very not forehand friendly hole.
Yeah. Like I can envision a forehand that gets there, but it's perfect.
Super difficult.
Yeah.
Zack, for probably just safety's sake, is taking the sidearm.
That's what it looks like.
He knows he's got a couple strokes to play with. Just keep it safe. Keep it out of any trees.
Right. And from there, he's taking no more than 2 strokes to get up and in.
Yep.
So that's a play for security. I like that.
Derek seeing if he can make something happen. Get a little skip.
Aggressive low line. You got to like that. When you're tied with somebody and you're really trying to separate, might as well give it a run on the last hole.
Yeah.
That's a great run from back there.
Bryan just trying to finish in style. Almost did it, too. So Derek knows he's pretty much, if he wants to win, he has to make this.
Mm-hmm.
He has to. He has no other choice. So he's definitely going to run this.
That's a good effort, but it looks like from his perspective, he couldn't hardly even see the basket.
Yeah, no, he had to go outside and above that tree branch.
The putting magician off the band, but no unlucky rolls this time.
Yes.
No bonus trees in the way. Just sitting by the basket so he can drop in for the win.
Yep.
And that is a great feeling, by the way.
Oh, I'm sure.
Right under the basket.
Andrew.
Darn it. For Andrew, this has just been a really, really rough round.
Yeah, he's happy.
He's going to finish up. I assume he'll tie for second here.
Yes.
Yeah. But there's just no feeling like being under the basket and just being able to drop in and stress is off. I don't have to use my brain
You
anymore.
don't have to do anything.
It's great. Yeah.
Yeah. So Andrew, like we said, will finish in second place, tied with Derek. Zack is I don't want to say Zack is going to win it because he still has to putt. But there you go.
There we
Tandem
go.
putts.
Nice. Just one last putting magic. Tandem putts.
Got to do it. So Zack Johnson, congratulations on your win. 7 under par total. You can see they played some difficult courses.
Definitely.
Not huge under par scores. Andrew and Derek are going to tie at 4 under par. And Bryan, unfortunately, gets bumped by a couple chase card guys, finishing 2 up on the events.
Sure. Thank you guys so much for joining us for this post-round coverage. We're going to be doing some more of this in the future. So if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the Dynamic Disc channel and turn on those notifications so you don't miss any of these round coverages or any of the other content that we put out there. If you like the video, go ahead and click that thumbs up. We'd really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.